Someone asks you for a favor you don't have time for. Before you even think, you say yes, not because you're kind, because saying no still doesn't feel safe. You don't have a people-pleasing personality. You have a survival strategy. Here are 6 psychological traits that explain why. Trait 1. Your nervous system reads someone else's disappointment as danger. You watch a person's face shift, the smallest flicker of frustration, disappointment, or annoyance, and something in your body reacts before your mind even catches up. Your chest tightens, your stomach drops. You start scanning for a way to fix it. Most people notice when someone's upset and feel a small pang of concern. You feel something closer to alarm. This isn't sensitivity, it's threat detection. Your nervous system learned early that someone else's negative emotion wasn't just uncomfortable, it was unsafe. Maybe it meant a parent's mood was about to shift the whole house. Maybe it meant a caregiver would withdraw, go quiet, disappear emotionally until you fix whatever you'd done. So your body built a system. The moment someone's face changes, you move, not because you're weak, but because your nervous system genuinely believes the alternative is dangerous. The difficult part is that most people never recognize this pattern because it feels like personality, it feels like kindness, it feels like being considerate. But survival strategies rarely announce themselves as survival strategies. They simply become the way you move through the world until one day you wonder why saying no feels so much harder than it seems to for everyone else. Trait 2. You don't know what you want, because wanting was never the priority. Someone asks you a simple question, where do you want to eat? What do you want to do this weekend? And you feel a strange blank space where the answer should be. It's not indecision. It's that you spent years training yourself to scan for what other people wanted first, and adjust yourself to match it. Somewhere along the way, your own preferences stopped being the first thing you checked. That's why questions about your preferences can feel strangely exhausting. It's not that you don't have them, it's that your attention became so practiced at tracking everyone else's needs that your own voice slowly became quieter in comparison. This isn't a character flaw, it's adaptation. If your environment consistently rewarded accommodating and punished asserting, your brain did exactly what brains do. It optimized for survival, not authenticity. You got very good at reading rooms and very out of practice reading yourself. The blank space isn't emptiness. It's an old habit of looking outward first, because looking inward never used to get you anywhere good. Trait 3. You over-explain your no's because a plain no never felt sufficient. When you decline something, you don't just decline, you justify, you apologize. You offer 3 reasons and a caveat and a promise to make it up to them, all before they've even responded. Most people can say no and let it be a complete sentence. For you, no feels like it needs backup, like it might not hold on its own. This comes from somewhere specific. If your no's were ever met with guilt, punishment, or withdrawal, if saying no once cost you a relationship, a parent's approval, or a friend's warmth, your brain learned that a bare no is risky. So it started building padding around every refusal, hoping the extra explanation would soften whatever consequence might be coming. The padding isn't weakness, it's armor you built because plain refusal once felt unprotected. If this is describing something you've lived, consider subscribe. New videos every 2 days. Psychology that finally makes sense of who you are. Trait 4. You feel responsible for emotions that were never yours to manage. Someone in the room is upset, and even if it has nothing to do with you, you feel a pull to fix it, to lighten the mood, to make sure everyone's okay. This goes deeper than empathy. It's a belief usually formed early that you are responsible for the emotional temperature of every room you're in. That if someone's unhappy, it's on you to change that, even when you had no part in causing it. When a parent's mood was unpredictable, children often became emotional caretakers, staying quiet, cracking jokes, anticipating needs, because a calm home felt safer than an unpredictable one. The difficult part is that this responsibility doesn't disappear when childhood ends. It follows you into friendships, relationships, and work. You notice tension before anyone says a word. You replay conversations, wondering if someone is upset with you. And even when people insist everything is fine, part of you keeps searching for the problem. Because your brain learned that missing the warning signs once carried a cost. You're not overly responsible by nature. You were assigned a job as a child that never should have been yours, and nobody ever told you the position was no longer needed. Trait 5. Being needed feels safer than being loved. If people rely on you, they're less likely to leave. That belief runs quietly underneath a lot of what you do. The constant helping, the difficulty saying no, the reflexive yes. Being needed is measurable. You can see it in what people ask you for, in how much they depend on you. Being loved is harder to verify. It's felt, not proven. If you grew up in an environment where love felt conditional or inconsistent, being needed became the more reliable currency, something you could build like a foundation, not because you don't believe you're lovable, but because usefulness felt like the only love you could count on staying. Love asks you to trust something you can't completely control. Being needed feels safer because it gives you a role. As long as you keep giving, helping, solving, you know exactly why you're still there. This is why stopping, resting, saying no, being cared for instead of caring, can feel more threatening than exhausting yourself ever did, because rest doesn't come with the same guarantee. Trait 6. You learned that your own needs were negotiable and other people's were fixed. This is the trait that explains all the others. Somewhere early, you absorbed an unspoken rule. Other people's needs are solid, unmovable, real. Your needs are flexible, something to set aside if they're inconvenient, something to compromise on the moment there's friction. It wasn't a decision you made consciously. It was modeled for you over and over, until it became the operating assumption underneath everything. That's not a character trait. It's a belief system built out of repetition, and beliefs built through repetition can be rebuilt the same way. Not overnight, and not through willpower alone. Every time you let a small no stand without rushing to repair it, your brain collects new evidence. Every time someone stays after you've disappointed them, the old prediction becomes a little less convincing. This is how safety is relearned, not in one breakthrough, but in dozens of ordinary moments that quietly rewrite the rules. The next time someone asks you for something, notice what happens before you answer. If your body panics before your mind decides, if the yes arrives before you've even considered whether you have room for it, that's the moment your past quietly takes over your present. And once you can recognize that moment, you can finally choose something different. Which trait hit closest to home? Drop a number in the comments. I read everyone.